A jolt and then you'll die.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Quizit back with a brand new video for you today. In today's video, we're going to be going over the January developer notes. They're going to be changing a lot of things in this, like a lot. I think it's going to be good changes as well. They're going to be changing to start it off, they're going to be changing the spirit summoning of how it's going to be. So with the new development of all the new light and dark heroes, there has been a lot of like rate drop, kind of like the drop rates have gone down pretty much just because you're summoning for more 5-star LNDs. And so they're going to be changing the spirit summoning with that. So how they're changing it is the new spirit summoning will be changed to a format that lists the desired 8 bodies in advance. The traditional summoning schedule is completely gone after this update. After the summon list is confirmed, you can change the list with the reset summon list function, which is, I think it'll like randomly generate a list of light and dark heroes that you could pull for, and whenever you want to, once you get that hero, or however it's going to work, then you could reset to go to another hero and so on and so forth after that. So that's how they're going to be changing it. For that reset function, there's also going to be a crystal that is required to reset that summon list. You'll be given one a week for free, or like once a week for free. So you'll be able to reset that as if it were resetting on, I think it resets on Tuesdays. You'll be able to reset to the next like section that you want, or heroes that you want. So the 3-star heroes are still going to be included, but they're not going to be like the set 3-star heroes. It's going to be all the heroes. So as if you were summoning crystal summons, it's going to be like that. So hopefully that doesn't mess up the drop rates. I mean, there's still probably going to be a lot of 3-stars. And we'll just have to see once the update comes out. For the next one, it's going to be the new rune dungeon, which finally they're adding the new rune dungeon. Well, I mean, not finally. The last update for all the new runes were, I think it was like beginning of December. But with the new runes, and they should have just released the new rune dungeon when the runes came out, instead of waiting so long and you having to either search for them in shop, buy rune packs, or farming the scenarios for that set rune. And with the scenarios, they only go up to rare anyways, which is the blue rarity. So the new rune dungeon is going to be called Abyss Prison, and well, it's either going to be called Abyss Prison or Prison of the Abyss. The translate is kind of a little messed up on that part. This is the guy for him. He looks like a little demon. He kind of like so he has like, what's her name, Astereth, the combined priest. He has her wings, so that's pretty cool. So that's going to be the new boss, and his name will be Belial, Belial. That'll be his name. So it's the Great Devil Belial. Is the type of boss who summons and pinches a powerful alter ego with the same appearance as himself. So with the alter ego, kind of like Fafanir, how he spawns the zombies, but this boss is going to be spawning himself, and when you attack his, like, the alter ego or the clone of himself, you will also be damaging him as well. So I don't know, we'll have to see how the rune dungeon is exactly, and like what the best like team would be for it. Hopefully, so I'll go over it in a minute of the attribute changes, because there is going to be attribute changes. I think except for Agalos is going to stay the same, but there is going to be attribute changes. In the new dungeon, this is where you're going to be farming the new runes, which is going to be Pincer, Vanguard. What are the other ones? I can't remember the other ones. Pincer, Vanguard. Oh, no, Regeneration is part of Fafnir. Just the new runes. Vanguard is probably the biggest one. And they are also adding a new rune, which this rune is going to add a shield at the start of the turn. I don't know how big of a shield. It doesn't say any percentage yet. I don't know how many turns it's actually going to last, but it's going to be adding a shield to your hero once you put the set on. It'll be kind of like running, I think, is it Will that's in Summoner's War? I think it's Will, or it's another rune set, but they also have shielding in Summoner's War, but they don't deal with tiles, so it's going to be a little different. I don't know how they're going to implement that. We'll have to wait till they have more info on that. So that's the new rune. That's also going to be in the new rune for the new Belial boss of Prison of the Abyss. There's also going to be the rune dungeons are going to be completely changed in a way. They are adding a 12th floor, kind of like B12s and Dragons 12 and Giants 12 from Summoner's War, where it's only going to drop 6 stars. So if you're farming 6 runes and you're just the drops aren't good right now, save all the energy, save all the gems till when the rune dungeon drops, and then just farm away, because that's where you're going to be getting all your runes from now on. And you should be only shooting for maybe purples, depending on the stats and if you roll good on them, but only shooting for legendaries at that point once these new 12th floors hit. As well as they're changing the attributes for each dungeon. So Fafnir's Nest for the 12th dungeon is going to be tree attribute now instead of water. Agalos is still going to be the same as fire attribute. And the Abyss Prison is now going to be water instead of Fafnir being water. So they kind of flipped the Fafnir and Abyss. I said Abyss Prison was going to be tree attribute, but they might have changed that because I said something. You never know. So there's going to be a new hero. His name is called Bayeko. That might be his name, but you'll see what I mean by that might be his name in a minute. So the new 5-star hero, Bayeko, is one of the 4 main members of the Masked Owls involved in the Season 2 story. Please look forward to the charm of Bayeko, where the cruelty of swordsmen and the purity peculiar to a boy coexist. He's going to be a melee fighter that can instantly deal high damage depending on the enemy's buff possession status. He has a special ability to become stronger in response to the enemy's ability to quickly accumulate action gauges. So what I'm guessing is he's kind of like a Dryas. I don't know what attribute he's going to be yet. I'm going to say nature, but I could be wrong. I think it's going to be nature though. So he's going to be doing more damage to targets that have more buffs. So he's going to be killing your Locks and your Hildegards and your Irenes and your Amons, depending on his attribute. I think he's going to be nature, but he's going to be doing a lot of damage to those units that are dishing out a lot of buffs to their teams. So he's going to be a really good addition, as well as, I don't know how that's going to work. I think it's going to be a passive, but the more the enemy gains action gauge, he gains action gauge proportionate, or what the percentage is going to be. We'll have to wait for an actual hero spotlight, or when they actually release what his skills are and everything. Remember, this is only a Japanese version, and I'm just going over it ahead of time schedule, because Global doesn't release everything whenever Japanese servers do. So we'll be getting it late, I'm assuming, or at the same time, but we just haven't got the info yet. So for the next part this part's going to be all all the new hidden strengths that are coming. So there's going to be a total of 5 in this patch, or in these this update. So the first one, it says Isis for the translate, but I think that's a set because it says a 5-star light attribute. And her new skill or whatever is going to be increase the overall recovery amount of recovery skills. So her S1, I think, recovers. She's going to be doing more recovery, which she needed a long time ago. She was placed as the worst L&D to ever get. Luckily, I've never got a dupe of her. I've only got one of her. So, I mean, I just filled it up because of the codex. You know, Pokédex. Got to catch them all. For the next one, it says Fleet 5-star, but I don't know who 5-star Fleet is, unless that's Bayeko, but I don't think so. It might be, but we'll just have to see. But it does say, so the hidden strength for it is going to be acquiring the action gauge will be smoother than before, and the expected value of damage dealt will increase. Damage of some skills will increase. So I don't know who Fleet is. But I think that's going to be the new hero just because of acquiring the action gauge, but I'm not sure on that part. Freya, the first 4-star L&D you ever get, is getting her hidden strength, and I think she's going to be super good in TOH, arena, PvE, PvP. I think she'll just be good all around. So she is going to get the ability to increase the distance traveled, so the mobility buff, and speed up allies will be enhanced. I'm guessing more speed. Also, the Dark Domination, which is her 3rd skill, the big AoE, grants additional debuffs in certain situations, are dealing more damage. So instead of continuous damage, it might glance hit, or I don't know, whatever debuffs, but it's going to do other debuffs, it says, including mostly you should have her on stun runes, on earthquake runes, so she should be doing a lot of debuffs, which she'll probably match up really good with Jack, just because the more debuffs that are on the enemy, the more damage Jack does. I'm going to be grinding. I mean, I already grind the rune dungeons, but I literally sell everything and have like 20 million silver within the day. Then I just refresh shop and just pick out a bunch of the grinds, the amplifying, and the what are the other? Oh, the transmutes, just so I can make good runes because the rune drops are so bad. So hopefully in future updates they are gonna add like what is, I don't know the rune dungeon or whatever. It's from Summoner's War, but it's where you could farm for grinds or transmute and amplifies. So hopefully they have that soon. The next person is going to be Gunther. Gunther is going to be tree attribute. No one, I don't think, has ever used him. You verse him in TOH and TOA as a main boss sometimes. I think he does mobility decrease, and I think he counterattacks. But now it's going to increase the counterattack probability and grants additional debuffs to counterattacked enemies. So that'll be pretty cool. So kind of like, no, actually no one does that. Oh, kind of like Ingwe, I guess you could say, but Ingwe doesn't do, or he does provoke on his S1, but he's going to be actually counterattacking probably more, but we'll see about him. Revenge is probably going to be really good on him, but Revenge hasn't been like used at all. I think they should turn Revenge to Violent, but we could get our hopes up, and I don't think a lot of people would be happy about that. But I just think Violent is just too good. Getting in 22%, I think it was, or 25%. I'm pretty sure it's 22%. Chance to get an extra turn. Like, if you're Violet proccing, that'll just be good instead of getting hit and Revenge proccing. But so the next one is going to be Gawain, which I think is going to be a huge hero for TOH, just because He does, I think, sleep and continuous damage. And I want to say heal block, but I'm not too sure. I know the first two. But so your turn turns faster than before, giving enemies additional debuffs when using Sleeping Arrow, which is its second skill. And his attacks, I don't know if it's his attacks or his second attack, which is Sleeping Arrow. It will not wake up the attacking enemy. So you could sleep the whole team with like Morgan. I think there's a couple other heroes that sleep, but with Morgan, and then continuous damage everything with Gawain, and boom, you're on to the next turn, and then more continuous damage, and then boom, there's the stage. But I think Gawain's going to be a huge hero for TOH and just harder content in general. I want to build him. I think I'm going to build him. I just need the resources. So far, hidden strength is kind of on the lower side, and it's hard to get unless you're buying packs pretty much, and that's about it. So on the next part of it, we're going to be talking about events. This is the events of like treasure hunt and the key event, and I think the snowball event was actually really good. I got third place on the first week of it. So I mean, I got around, I don't know how many spirit gems, so many. Oh, another thing with the spirit gems, I think it's good that they're changing everything, just because I didn't want to post it. I was so pissed off. That's probably why I stopped playing or stopped uploading mostly. I literally rolled about 20k plus spirit stones for Genbu and got nothing. I think I got 2 Suzukus, and that was it. I've probably rolled 10 of each 4-star and no Genbu at all, like nowhere to be found. And that was like one of my sought for heroes to get, just because of her debuff reflection and everything. But seriously, like 20k spirit stones, that was not a fun time. I was so pissed off. I was like, screw this. I do not want to upload this anymore. This game is going downhill. They changed their drop rates because, I mean, you saw in the previous videos I've posted about doing summons. We got practically every hero within 3,000 to 5,000 spirit stones. And that one just, I don't know what happened. RNG. But so going back to the events, they're going to be changing everything. So for the new treasure hunt, they said was previous popular, which the community loved a lot, which was the chest, and you spend like 60 keys to roll multiplying the like drops that you get from that event. So they're going to be changing one thing in it, which kind of sucks. It was a good thing to farm. They're going to be changing the golden refined powder, which is the reappraisals, which is where you're changing the stats of your 12 plus runes. So they're going to be taking that out and replacing it with another reward in this update. They're saying about upcoming events, the develop team confirms all opinions and requests from everyone, such as improving event rewards, upward revision, and adding new types of events, which I was posting in Discord about it. I was saying in a couple of my videos, like, hey, you're losing a lot of the community. They're just leaving because it's repeat. And with mobile games, you don't like to repeat. Like, the daily grind is already the daily grind, but repeating events kind of sucks unless it's the good events. But like Run Arthur Run, that event is like, come on, you couldn't have done like a better event. I think that was the first event when the game dropped. We just need new events. We need new story, new things to like do Elemental Tower is kind of like the only thing to do, as well as TOH, pretty much, unless, like, I mean, you should be farming. That's what this game is. It's called Farm Runes 24/7. But hopefully that changes with the new 6-star runes that are coming out. But seriously, they're serious about changing events. They're serious about adding new types of events. So I'm excited about the new types of events. I'm hoping for a side quest story, or like a side boss that you have to beat, like something, just something campaignish, but side story, and you have to beat the boss so many times, get a meta currency, and then buy from like that event shop. That'd be awesome. I mean, every gacha game's done that, where it's let's say like Exo's Heroes, or like I think Knights Chronicle did that. What else? I don't think Summoner's War did that, but I mean, so many gacha games have done that, where they've done a side quest story, or yeah, like a side quest story event, or like Epic 7, they do it really well. You do an event based on like that hero, so you kind of get into that hero, of what like is going on, or like a backstory or something. That'd just be so cool. You'd learn about more of the heroes that way, even if it was like the 3 stars or the 4 stars. 5 stars would be amazing, like you're bossing against like Esperanza or something, and learning like why her and Bartholomew are really close, and why are they pirates or something like that. That'd just be so cool. That'd be a cool implementation. I don't know if that'd be hard to code in, or if the development team just can't do that. I don't know. But so they want to change a lot of it, and they want to listen to the community. We just need to stop kind of like bugging in a way. They're kind of saying like, we hear everything, but it's like hard for us to do everything at once. So they're listening to the community. Of course, they are listening to the community. They just need more time. I mean, I was barking at them, saying, not barking, but I was just saying like, come on, we need updates, or is there something like we need a balance, like things that we needed. And they're finally implementing it. So they are listening to the community. It was just, we just got an update at beginning of December, and we were just like, update. When's the next update? Like, come on. Like, I think we just need to settle down a little bit, let them do their thing, let them take this game wherever they want to take it. As long as they are listening to the player base and the community, so their game could live for a long time, pretty much, and get more popular and popular. Because it is a good game. It really is. It's different. It's an SRPG game, so it's really different than a lot of other gachas, where it's just a straight line. You're attacking this hero, this hero. No, this one's like, you're moving here. Oh, you need to push this hero here to hit that hero, and it's just more strategic. So I'm looking forward to the new events that they're going to be providing us, and new experiences with more compelling rewards that they'll be giving out. So this is all going to be happening in the first half of 2020, and they will continue to implement the potential for many heroes and propose new possibilities. So what that tells me is there might be a huge balance patch. Well, I couldn't speak right there. A new balance patch coming, which will actually make a lot of these heroes usable, because most heroes are just outdone by Nocturne, Locke, and Esperanza. Those are probably the main 3 heroes. I just think other heroes need to shine somewhere. Because if you're having a hero in your game and that just sits there and is not usable anywhere, or anything is usable, like, I think it needs a rework or a change in pace of where that hero is actually going. That goes even for the 3 stars. I wouldn't say the 2 stars or the 1 stars, but like the 3 stars, a lot of the heroes aren't usable and they're outdone by 4 stars, which is obvious. But even like the 4 stars, a lot of them aren't usable, and 5 stars, there's only like a handful of them that are actually usable somewhere in some way. But that's just my opinion in that area. But hopefully they do a huge balance patch, and get somewhere with that. They are also going to improve the arena and the guild content and adding new content to that part. So maybe guild siege and maybe RTA for arena. That'd be pretty cool. But also it doesn't show. I've just been looking at my computer because I translated everything off my computer from the website to from Google Translate, so I could read all of it to you guys. But they didn't have this. I couldn't copy it over. But they are adding new skins. And look at this Nocturne skin. Like, Nocturne is probably my favorite character in the whole game. And he just looks amazing. He looks like a yokai ghoul person. Like, he just looks amazing. Especially with, what are those called? The Chinese lions or whatever. The guard dogs that sit on each side of like a building or a sanctuary place or something. As well as Beowulf looks freaking amazing in this. I can't wait to see their actual characters with these skins on them. But I'm going to be getting Nocturnes, of course. Might be getting Beowulf just because he just looks amazing right there. You can see his abs, everything. His shield has ice on it. His cape looks like he has ice on it. And they said they're also going to be adding more costumes as well. These are just the 2 that are here. But that's going to be all for you guys to do. That's the whole update in a nutshell so far. This is for January. Hopefully they start releasing just maybe even little updates every month. Doesn't have to be a big old dev note update like this. Just maybe a little update, or every 2 months. That'd be really nice. Also, maybe even like talking with the community, doing something where they actually like hear us out and see like what we have to say. But that'd be pretty cool. But that's going to be all for you guys today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope all of this was informational and keeps you from not quitting and actually enjoying the game. With that said, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification. You guys are helping me out tremendously. I'm growing the YouTube pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast, but growing it pretty good. I'm liking the rate at which the channel's growing. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.